Hello children, I'm here making this video responding to the latest bit of cringe that's come out of the interwebs, and it was put up about a week ago. Yeah, I know the song reference. It's about a woman by the name of Zarna Joshi. And if you don't know, a couple of months ago, there was something funny as hell that came out of that woman by the name of Zarna Joshi. She didn't intend for it to be that way, but that's kind of what happens when you have no self-awareness. Now, what had happened was, she approached this man who was being interviewed on a police training camp known as the bunker. She asked him his name, and he knew she was just there to stir some shit. So instead of giving her a real name, he gave her something that pretty much the whole damn world thought was funny. He said his name was Humongous. Now, everybody else thought that was funny as fuck. This woman goes screaming at him saying that's sexual harassment. She constantly screamed at him saying, "You just sexually harassed me, you sexually harassed me, you sexually harassed me." She tried to get the security guards to arrest him or some shit, saying that you sexually harassed me. Yeah, that was funny watching her melt down like that over something that's, yeah, that was pure bullshit. He did not sexually harass you. He made a bad pun, pretty much. And you went ape. And you recorded it yourself, so you recorded yourself going ape. And you uploaded that to the internet like a damn fool. And now you're facing the consequences of it, but instead of saying, okay, I overreacted, I was in the wrong, no, you're making a video, which is what happened last week, that is the cringiest, most horrific thing that you could possibly put on the internet around this particular subject. Now, I'm not making a mirror video because, one, I don't know how, and two, if I did know how, that would require me putting myself through the cringe of watching it again and repeatedly and breaking it down and subjecting myself to hours upon hours of having to go through every single point of this cringe fest. The video, the URL is in the description below. But basically, she managed to get herself a handful of cucks, and for those who don't know, a cuck is the short version of cuckold, which is the old English word for a man whose wife is cheating on him. Yeah, these white knights, these male feminists who, yeah, if they've followed anything that they've actually said in this video, they're never getting any from anyone at any time, unless they follow the feminist doctrine of a woman makes all the first moves, all the moves. A man shall be the damsel awaiting a suitor. Because that's what this video is, basically. Saying that anything and everything that a woman does not like, that it even hints at being flirtatious, even hints at social interaction without a woman's prior permission, anything like that is sexual harassment. The video starts off with a trigger warning, for one thing. The trigger warning should be, warning, the insanity depicted in this video does not represent the views of all women. It simply follows the doctrine of the feminist ideological cult. That should be the trigger warning. But anywho, the first guy comes up after she makes his idiotic statement about how these are the voices of all women, which it's not. Okay? Men don't have to panic. We're not all this batshit crazy, okay? The first guy she comes up with says that men cannot decide what is sexual harassment. And fair enough, no, they can't. But neither can one paranoid schizophrenic woman say that pretty much any damn thing that you don't like is considered sexual harassment. Hell, after her first cringy video that she posted of her actually harassing this guy, because that's what she was doing, after that came out, there was another batshit crazy woman harassing a guy, claiming that she was sexually harassed because he said hello. That's where things are going now. Yeah. Saying that, yeah, a dad joke or anything along those lines is still sexual harassment. No, it's not. He made a stupid joke, an innuendo about a name. And yeah, most of those particular innuendos are easier when guys do it for the simple fact that you can make a hell of a lot of dick jokes. Hell, my favorite dick joke is the medication macoxafloppin. But anyway, I digress. One of the other points, a couple of the other points, and this is where the whole women are supposed to make all the moves and men should be just damsels that have female suitors approach them comes up, is one of the points that one of these, they're not even beta males, they're omegas. Okay, let's just get rid of the whole beta thing. They're omegas. They are the bottom of the hierarchy, okay? Basically, the guy says, if you comment on a woman's appearance and she is not your partner and she did not give you permission, that's sexual harassment. No. That is signaling attraction in the hopes that you will become her partner, i.e. flirting. Without that, there is no way in hell you're going to get a partner unless she plays the man and approaches you first. And here's the thing, if that's the scenario you're looking for, then you might as well just accept that we will have to perfect the art of cloning, because women don't like taking risks in the possibility of rejection. We don't like it. I've never been on that end of it because I have a ridiculously low libido, so I never even bothered trying. But yeah, there have been cases, some of them videoed and some of them just written down and some just talked about, where women were rejected and attacked either the man's ego or the man physically because she didn't want to hear that. Yeah, one of the incidences was a girl in college who he had a boyfriend. He had a girlfriend, sorry. And because he would not have sex with her, she tore him up one side and down the other, verbally, and on social media. Yeah, he had a girlfriend. That's supposed to mean he's off the market. The fact that he wanted to be faithful to that girlfriend should have been a good thing. But not in the eyes of the woman who wanted to fuck him. And in some of these cases, you will have, men who already have a partner, or men who are legitimately gay, or men who are just plain not attracted to the woman asking. And women are so used to being in the position of being asked that they will not be able to handle that because it's not in their biology. It's not part of our evolution. We're not evolved to handle that type of thing. Okay? Just accept that. And another point that they made was, here's another dumbass point they made. If you say something to a woman and she doesn't like it, that's sexual harassment. No. It could be you rejecting her advances. That's not sexual harassment because it's the other way around. It could be criticism of an idiotic point she made, that's not sexual harassment because there's absolutely nothing sexual in it. It could be, oh, you just saying anything at all, even if it's not to her, even if it's not sexual. Yeah, that's not sexual harassment if a woman simply doesn't like what you say. That's the woman being a little bitch and a spoiled brat. Okay? That's what that is. And another point they made, which is how the hell? If you wouldn't say it to your mother or your daughter, it's sexual harassment. Yeah, but what about your partner? If you wouldn't say it to your mother or your daughter, what would you say to your partner? Because by that logic, anything you say to your partner is considered sexual harassment. And in that logic also, how would you even get a partner if you can't flirt? Because after all, if you comment on a woman's appearance and she's not your partner, that's sexual harassment. If you say something and a woman doesn't like it, that's sexual harassment. Yep. Anything you say can and will be viewed as sexual harassment in the eyes of third wave intersectional feminists. They want to be the aggressor in the relationship, pretty much. You're not allowed to say anything to a woman without it being construed as sexual harassment, apparently. I call bullshit, okay? Because if you don't tell a woman that she's pretty, she'll go off on you. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Why didn't you say nothing about my hair? Why didn't you say that about my dress? Oh. And let's not forget all the Instagram models who post picture after picture after picture, but you're not allowed to say anything. You're not allowed. And women who dress up all looking nice and pretty, but you're not allowed. You're not allowed. Not allowed. The way the world works these days, and this also ties into the academic paper saying how fertility clinics that cater to women who want to have children are somehow part of patriarchal oppression. Yeah, we're not allowed to continue the species because everything is sexist, everything is apparently patriarchy, and everything oppresses women. Zarna and the women like you, fuck you. No. And before you try and brush any of my comments off as internalized misogyny, this is coming from a person who is actually sexually harassed and bordering on sexually assaulted. Back when I was a tender teenage girl, barely 14, I had my ass slapped by one of my classmates. And when I was in my very first retail job, not too much older, I think it was either 16 or 17, I was leered at by the middle-aged co-workers who also licked their lips and made actual sexual comments about me in my presence, and in some cases to my face. The only thing that got them to stop was my mother threatening one with the threat of telling his wife because he was one of those imported husbands. Yeah, in Bermuda, we actually have women who would go to the more impoverished countries, find a husband, bring him back. All because they're hardworking, so they say. And in the case of the other, she threatened to tell his church because he was one of the deacons. That's the only thing that got him to stop. And barely 2 weeks ago, I was at karaoke and had my boob patted. That's sexual harassment, not somebody saying their name is humongous, you overly sensitive biatch. So yeah, don't even try to bring that internalized misogyny shit to me. You are disgracing women who have actually been sexually harassed, women who have actually been sexually assaulted, women who have actually been raped. So don't even try that shit with me. Fuck you and the women like you who take the smallest things and blow it out of proportion and then make the rest of us look bad. Fuck that woman who said she was sexually harassed because a guy said hello. And Fuck that woman who claimed that a postal worker who was just doing his goddamn job was stalking her. Fuck you insane bitches who go and record this stupid shit and think you're in the right. No, you are a crazy bitch. That's all I got to say on that. Try and say I got internalized misogyny because I see the truth of it. You're crazy. You're out your goddamn mind. And yeah, the security guards and the crowd around you, and people on the internet, most of them, not all of them, reacted correctly by saying you're a crazy bitch. Fuck you, Zarna.